Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be telling you a testimony and I'll be sharing my story. This story entails one of the biggest blessings that I have received in my life, and it also taught me so much lessons, and it showed that how quick life can just be taken away from you in just like that. This is the testimony and the story of the time that I was kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint, and this happened in Trinidad. Disclaimer, however, if you're somebody who gets triggered by hearing the words robbery, kidnapping, or gun, you should probably kick off this video. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable or to feel any way or anyhow, but I'm going to try my best to deliver it as clean as possible and leave out any harmful detailing. Okay? Without further ado, let's get into the video. So before I get into the story, let me give you some background information. So this happened before medical school. I was working on the airport in Trinidad in order to just generate some money, some fundings, so I could be a bit independent when school started. This was before I got my acceptance letter, so I had big faith that I would have gotten in. Even if I didn't get in, I would have some money in my pocket. I just wanted to, I was just working to generate money, generate some form of income so I could be well off once it started, and I just wanted to take some pressure off of my family's pockets, my parents' pocket, and I was lucky to be blessed with a job. So I was working on the airport in Trinidad, and it was a job that it required you to be available a lot of times, right? So you'll be working wee hours of the morning, wee hours in the night, in the afternoon. You have to stay back if planes delay or all of that jazz, right? But basically, the backstory is I was working on the airport, and this was on August 10th. August 10th, right? The day started off really bad. First of all, an airline, or a plane I should say, it delayed. When a plane delayed, you have to stay with it. You can't leave and go home. You have to stay with the plane until the plane basically takes off, right? So I had to stay there, and then upon that, after I leave there, after I leave the airport, I had to go to the university to fix something that was going on with my application, and drop off some more documents and all of that, right? The day just started off bad, and I think I should have known that something would have happened, but I just wanted to make my money. I just wanted to hustle and get my generate some form of income. Now I reached home after, let me say, 5 o'clock that evening. When I reached home now, I was dead tired. Let me tell you, it was 5 o'clock, but I was dead tired. I needed to rest, right? And I steamed my clothes. I put out everything because I had to work for 9 p.m. and I put everything away. I did everything. I put my clothes out, I put my shoes, my sock, everything was sorted out, and I said, you know what, let me just go and take a little 30-minute rest because I cannot just go on empty. So I went and took a nap, and it ended up being a 3-hour nap. I woke up and I was like, oh no, because I always supposed to leave at a certain time, because after a certain time where I was staying, which is in the back of the airport, is in a little small town in the back of the airport called St. Helena, right? So after a certain time, the cars stop running in the back of the airport. It's hard to stop taxi. It was a whole lot. So when I woke up, I just had to get up. I rushed, bathe, put on my clothes. I do this, I do that. get my bag, get my lanyard, everything sorted out, and I headed out. Before I headed out, I always say a word of prayer. I always say, God, take me and bring me back safe. I always whisper a word of prayer before I even open my door, right? Got outside now, it was pouring rain. Let me tell you, pouring rain, but I was still so determined to reach to work because I just was hustling, right? I really needed to make my money, and also on the airport you have to, if you have to cancel not coming, or if you have to say that if you can't make it on the airport, you have to call approximately 8 hours before, because they have to find somebody to replace you, or else it's gonna be a backed up of passengers, backed up of the aircraft, backed up of the plane, and you don't want to cause any drama. So I was trying my best to reach there. So when the rain stopped falling, or when the rain eased up, I walked out to the junction, and I stopped. I standing there waiting for like 15 minutes, and then the rain started back falling. I went underneath a little bus shed, or let me supposed to say bus shed. It was a bar. It was a bar, right? And it had a little shed, right? So I went under there to basically shelter from the rain, right? And while sheltering from the rain, I still tried to stop car. I still tried to, see if any taxis was coming, because I was so determined to reach to work. Basically, I needed to go to work. I didn't need it to, but I wanted to. But I needed to because I didn't call off that I wasn't coming, so I needed to. But I still, So cars was coming, but they was not stopping. Like, cars was coming, but I don't think it was like taxis. I think it was like private cars. And then I just there, hoping and praying that a car shows up so I could go to work. It's like right there. Like, work is right there. It's not walkable. It's not walkable, but it's right there, right? So now, me waiting on a taxi, the rain stopped. I walked out to stop to see if a car was gonna, stop. By this time, it was already approaching 9 o'clock, and I had to be in the airport for 9:30, right? I saw a car pass. It passed. I saw the car pass, but my mind wasn't really studying it. Honestly, my mind wasn't studying it. Like, I saw a car pass, right? And then the rain started to drizzle, so I was like, oh my god, this again, boys. I went back underneath the shelter, and just so a car pull up, and they were like, yo, like, you're going this way, They didn't really turn down the glass, because I guess because it was raining, but they went so. And I was like, yeah, I'm going so. So I crossed the road without, I didn't even study the license plate or anything like that, because it was starting to rain, right? I just crossed the road, get in the car, and by the time I closed that door, that was it. They started to drive, and when you reach inside of the car, I took a look around inside of the car. Like, I looked, and it was 2 Indian guys in front and an African guy in the back, right? So I know I feel in some type of way, like, and they just feels weird. Like, weird. So I pressing up against the door in case anything, so I could just like jump out, I guess. Right? Now, the guy in front, they probably planned this. This had to be planned. The guy in front legitimately took money and paid the taxi. So they paid the taxi to make it look like, like it's a legitimate thing, So he took all the money and he paid the taxi, and the taxi gave him back change. Me seeing that, I was like, okay, this seems kinda legit. Because anybody will think that, right? Just so, as we cut in to go behind the airport now, disclaimer, as we cut in to go behind the airport now, they turned off into our next pathway, like a next drive or a next road. It's like behind the airport, it does have like these tanks by the Met office. It have a long road where there's driving, but I work in the airport, right? And I know that you have to have access to authorization even to go into that road. So I'm like, these guys look nothing like airport authorities, so how are they going behind here? So now my mind, I was starting to go crazy. I was like, oh shit, oh shit. I'm pressing up against the door again. I was like, oh shit, something's gonna happen. Just so, I just hear somebody hit me in the back of my head. Like, they hit me in the back of my head. They hit me behind my head and told me to close my eyes and basically bend down. Like, basically bend down, close my eyes. Right? The other two guys in front pulled my bag. I had on a chain that was fake. Right? They pulled the chain off my neck. They took my AirPods. Right? Because I had some AirPods. Oh god, it was fresh. I had some AirPods, right? They took my AirPods. They took my bag. And basically he pressing a gun to my head and telling me close my eyes. So now for a quick second I'm like, yo, is this really happening? Like, is this really happening to me? To me? Like, these things you hear on TV, these things you see on TV, these things that you listen about in the news, but now it's happening, legitimately happening to me, was a different feeling, right? All I could have done in that situation, it was to pray. Not to say I was like bawling out and praying. No, I just was saying a silent prayer like, God, please get me through this, whatever this is. Please, God, just get me through this, please. Right? I was starting to shake. I was scared. I don't know what was to do. All of them in front of they were just digging up in my bag. They took my phone. They took all of my valuables, all my money, and that's the next thing. I don't carry a certain amount of money on me, right? What I do is, let me even say that. I'm not gonna put that out there. That is what I'm not gonna put out there. But I don't carry money on me like that. I do not carry money on me, right? And what they didn't pull was my lanyard, and my lanyard contained my pass. It contained my my bank card. It also contained my ID card, right? And at that time they were just telling me, give me the money, where the money is. All of them were saying, give me the money, where the money is. All of them shouting in the car. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? I have no money, right? At that time, I did not remember I had my lanyard with my bank card in it, so I completely forgot about it. Because of the situation I was in. Now, they're driving around, I didn't even know where, because I still crouched down with my eyes closed. Actually, I was kind of peeping, right? Crouched down with my eyes closed, and this dude pressing this thing against my head, right? Telling me, where the money is. Then they were like, let me go back to your apartment, you probably have money there. Now I started to talk up. I was like, yo, I don't have any money. I just was going to work. Yada. Because in my apartment it had my laptop. It had valuables there, you know? And I don't want them to go with my valuables at all. So I was like, yo, I don't have this, I don't have that. The African guy was like, shut up. You know I know you have money and I was like, yo, bro. In my mind, yo, bro. I was like, in my mind, but in reality, I was like, oh shit. Next thing, one of them took my lanyard I had around my neck. They pulled it off my neck and they were going through it. They saw my pass, so they was like, oh, so you're working at the airport and Next, they saw my ID card and they saw that I was from Tobago. They saw all my personal information. They even told me they know where I live. So that means they've been watching me come and go. You know? So that's the next thing, you guys, you have to watch out for. People sometimes could be watching you and tracking your going and your coming. Right? So be mindful of that. Anyway, we'll talk about that at the end of this video. And then he saw my bank card. So he was like, yo, then what is this? If you say I have no money. Next guy in the back was like, yo, where's the pin? Where's the fucking pin? You know, cussing and carrying on. And me just, all this time, I just stay praying in my mind. Just praying, God give me strength, God get me through this situation, God, I just keep it easy, compliant, because I also heard before that when you in them kind of situations, don't freak out, don't try to fight back, just comply as best as possible, right? So when they asked me for my pin, I wasted no time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I told them my pin. I just money at that time. Money wasn't nothing for me. I didn't care about money. So I just tell them my pin straight up, and I was like, yo, damn. They went. I saw the car stop because my head. All this time my head still down. I saw the car stop, right? And when it stopped, I looked up. I didn't look up but I looked up and I peeped up a bit, and it was a blue machines. I saw it was a blue machine ATM. I didn't know where, but it was a blue machine ATM. And they went first, and like they came back. The guy came back and was like, the ATM is not working, right? So they went to our next ATM now, and I looked up again because this time the car was parking on the road, and the ATM was like right across from me. So I looked up, and that was a Scotiabank ATM. He went, put in the pin, gave money, and he come back. The man was just like, put back his stuff in the bag and thing. We get the thing, they get the money, yada yada yada. The next guy behind me that was pressing the gun against my neck, he was like, yo, let me do trusty. He don't go back to jail. I got talk, and let me just basically kill me and done. When I hear that, I was like, yo, I would not say anything. You don't have to worry about that. I'll take the money and go. Just let me be. Please let me be, right? They also saw that I had like documents from UE in there too, so they saw I was at university, or going to be. They didn't know, but I didn't tell them. Going to be a university student as well. And the guy who probably was the ringleader was like, nah, we're not gonna hurt him. We're gonna let him go, right? All I was just saying was, God, let it be true, or let him not be trying to, soften me up, because at this point, I don't trust nobody. At this point, I trust none of them, because they could easily switch up their mind, and things could turn to a different, things could end differently. I just still in the car, crouched down, what seems to be about an eternity now, because I don't even know what's going on. Car driving, making all sorts of turns. I don't know if they're trying to like make me disoriented or not know where they're going and something like that, right? They then stopped the car. I saw the car stop. I felt the car stop. The guy in front, he came out. The guy in the back, he put my bag over my like on my side there, right? And the guy in front tell me, keep your eyes closed and keep your head down. So I keep my eyes closed and keep my head down. Came out the car. They pulled me out the car actually. Let me say I come out the car. They pulled me out the car, and they were like, run. They was like, go straight there, walk straight or run straight. There was something to say. They said, walk straight and don't look back. Me thinking now they're going to shoot me in the back of my head, or they're going to kill me. I was like, oh my God, Lord, let it... Please, Lord, let it be. Please, let me get out of the situation, Lord. Let me get out of the situation. When they tell me to go, I gone. I was the fastest I ever run. I tell you, that was the fastest I ever run in my life. Not running straight. I run it all kind of way. Just in case they try to shoot me, I run it all how. And all I just see was the car gone. I drop on my knees and I thank God. Like, I was like, so I started to cry. Let me tell you, I started to cry. I started just, you're live. I just escaped something that I, like this, knowing that there are people in that car that wanted to kill me and legitimately had the tools to kill me, because I saw the gun he had in his hand. I don't even know what gun it is. First I don't even know thing. Right? I don't even know what gun it was. But it was something. Right? It was a gun. I just was so blessed to be out of that situation. I didn't even care where I was at the time. I was just starting to cry. I just was happy to be out of that situation, And in that moment, I then, your life start to flash behind it. I think about my family, my friends, my future. Everything could have been ended that night. Then after all of the rejoicing and the gathering and the crying and all of that, I stand up and I was like, yo, where I am, boy? I don't know where I don't know where I am. Like, I don't know Trinidad. At this point in time, I did not know Trinidad. I came down to work. I don't know Trinidad so well, right? Now, I walked about 20 minutes and I saw a apartment building, right? And I walk in. Right now, I looking a mess because they roughed me up in the car. I didn't tell earlier, but they did rough me up in the car. I just want to leave that situation that they roughed me up in the car. Like, they try to, I wouldn't say beat up because I wasn't bruised or anything, but I was roughed up, right? And I look in a mess, crying and, and then I wanted to, I just was walking and I saw this apartment building, because it had to be an apartment building. And then I hear a car coming again, so I'm thinking, oh shit, probably they're coming back to finish me off or something like that. So I was just walking, and I was just walking just like, oh shit. I didn't run or I didn't anything like that because I didn't want it to be suspicious, right? Then when I turned around, I saw a lady and a guy driving in a car. When I saw the reaction, because I saw them through the windshield, they were like, like, what are you doing here this hour? Like, why are you here this hour? But they didn't stop to ask me anything because you had to be careful, right? And they went by the same apartment building. So I was like, okay, let me see. Hopefully this is God, let this be an angel. So I walked behind them and they came out of the car and I went up to them and said, hi, good night. I am lost. I was just robbed and, please help me. At first the guy was a bit, standoffish, but then he probably scanned me and say, okay, right? And then they helped me. Basically, at the end of the day, they helped me. They put me in a taxi. They gave me $100, I think, because... Oh, and I forget to tell you, before the guy, the people them in the car, let me go, they gave me $36. Let me just take a while and ponder on that. $36, they gave me $36 to travel home. Yeah, the couple put me in a taxi, and they told me that I was in, what was the name of the place again? Shagwanas. I think they told me I was in Shagwanas, right? I don't even know what Shagwanas is, but by how they were reacting, it seemed a bit far from the airport where I was picked up, where they basically kidnapped me, because I was kidnapping, right? And they drove me back to the wherever the stop car in that place, and they told me I was going to Curep, right? Curep. I was going to Curep, right? Now I in the car, let me tell you how God was good. After this situation, God was just helping me out so much. As soon as I entered the car now, the person after me was somebody, I don't know them personally, but it was somebody that, a friend from a friend. So I was like, hey, they was like, hey, what's up? I in the back of the car. I was like, all outside. I didn't even hear when they talk. They was like, Anthony, you okay? I was like, oh, hi, da, 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 da. Basically, I asked him for a phone call, and I called my best friend. And I told my best friend, yo, I am coming to you now. I can't talk to you about it right now because I'm in a car, but oh my God, something just happened to me and I'm coming to you now. My best friend was like, yo, get here immediately. So I went to Curep. That drive seemed like forever. Stopped off in Curep. Now I was supposed to go. My friend lived Mount Hope because I think she was a medical student already. Yeah, something like that. Right, my friend, she lived Mount Hope. Right, so I had to go from Curep to Mount Hope. When I dropped off there, Another one of my friends was like, "Hey Anthony, what are you doing on this side?" I was like, "Oh my God, thank you Jesus." Hopped in that car, went to my best friend. That is the total. That is it basically. Went my best friend. I told her every single thing. I was scared to tell my family because I didn't know what my family would have done. But I end up telling them. I was trying to keep it a secret because this is very embarrassing. This is an embarrassing situation to be in, and to know that, it's just really embarrassing to be in. But I got the comfort of my friend. We stayed up I couldn't sleep, but we stayed up the entire night. We watched some movies, we chill, and that was something. That night was something. The airport helped me out as well. My friends from the airport, they picked me up, and yes, I continued to work for the little time I was there, right? My friends were at the airport, they picked me up and dropped me back to work. The airport gave me some, basically, a stipend as well to make it to the next pay date. They were helping me, and I was so grateful for the help that the airport, my friends, and my best friend gave me in that situation, because in that was one of the situations that was a situation that I never ever thought I would have been in. And you know you have to be very careful. You have to be some like it have to you have to be so careful these days, right? And that is what I want to tell you, yes, you who watching right now, just to be careful, be mindful of your situations. If you're traveling late at night, tell somebody where you're going, right? And tell somebody, try to see if you could text the number plate. Don't go in cars with strange faces. You could tell in a car that it is, the aura in the car is off. Don't go in cars that you think, if the aura off, if your mind telling you, hey, get out of this car, get out of it. Because my mind was telling me, yo, get out of it. But just that I just wanted to get to the airport so quick, I disregard my conscience and went into the car, right? So tell a friend, if you have a brother, a father, a mother, or somebody or a sister who drives, let it drop you to the airport. Be careful about leaving at certain times, and sometimes it doesn't even need to be late in the night. My situation was in the night, but sometimes it could be in the day. Some people getting kidnapped blindly in the day when they're going to cars. Just be careful. If you could travel in groups as well, travel in groups, and just be careful, right? Be mindful of your situation, and always, 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 I can't even stress this hard enough, keep God in your thoughts. Keep God in your thoughts at all times. So that was my testimony. That was my story. I hope you guys learn from my mistake and practice being safety, and traveling safe, right? I hope you really took, this is just something I'm sharing, this is just my story that I shared with you. I hope I delivered it as easy, I tried to deliver it as best as possible, because I tried so hard to forget that situation ever happened to me. I went through therapy, I prayed a lot, and even though at that point in time, with the whole year, it affected me a lot, and many people didn't know what I was going through and the trauma that I was going through at that point in time. But I could just say that I went through it, and I got through that stage, and now I am free of that feeling that I had, right? If you of anybody that that had been through something like this, you could always message me, and you could always talk to me. I forgot to tell you how much it took. They took $5,000 that was on my card. Actually, it was 5,000 something that was on my card. They took approximately, I think, about $5,000, and that was a lot. That was a lot for me back then, because I was like, that was one of my jobs that I had, and it was just, but to me that was a lot. To you probably mightn't be, because y'all are rich kids, right? But be careful out there. Be careful. Be careful. No, you can't catch me slipping up. You can't catch me slipping up at a certain time. I don't go outside. I don't go out. When the clock strikes 7, my mom had to pick me up wherever I am, or a carded taxi. A carded taxi. Somebody I know for a fact is a taxi that could drop me from here back home, or back from home to where I need to go. When I'm on haul in Trinidad, I do not leave after a certain time. After a certain time at night, you can't catch me going out nowhere. Nowhere. None. Nothing. You can't catch me leaving the hall anytime, any night. You have to be safe. So please, please, please be safe out here. I hope you guys learn from this video, and as well as don't forget to drink your water and eat your avocado. It's avocado season. I love me some avocado, right? Thank you for watching my testimony. I hope you learned again, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.